Hello everyone, John Marshall, the Drill Master. This is San Jacinto High School, Air Force Junior ROTC at a California competition. California Corps of Cadets, so they're at a California competition. And I've got everything set up. Good. All right. So here we go. All right. Let's go back there. So, why'd you do that? That's a Marine Corps technique, but it's only used for present arms, and it's only used for the national. So you, I don't know exactly. So you were trained this way, and that's fine. So now is the time for some education in color guard protocol and what's required. So you're required to stand and march at close interval, and I know that because I've already critiqued some of these photos from the same competition on my Instagram channel for you. Then I know that you're marching shoulder to shoulder. I didn't know you went to carry this way, so this is not the proper technique to go to carry. And lifting the flags up first on carry, that doesn't do anything. That's not part of the command. Everybody follows or waits. The whole team waits for all of the commands or all of the command really to be given. So carry, colors, lift, and then in, up, going up, straight up over here, and then coming over, and then sliding in. It just excuse me, I'm got some Florida allergies going on, but that's more of a cadet thing of coming up and over and out and around and over and under, and I mean it sometimes it gets a little ridiculous. This isn't ridiculous, but the over and or straight up and then over to center is a little I don't know. I'm not completely against it. You can, because these the Air Force manual now is tantamount to a sticky note almost. It's just a bunch of suggestions piled together rather than a manual. And yeah, so I'm talking to you, Air Force. Since it's not specifically described in the manual of how to lift the staff and place it in, that's then left up to all kinds of interpretations. And so the Air Force Honor Guard, what we'll do is it'll take the staff up and then place it in, just up and center and then place it in. Now there's two methods of bringing the staff up. I'm not going to get into that now, but there's the launch method and what you're doing, what I call the pickup method. So both of the hands should not be on the staff though. And I don't have a harness. Well, actually I do. I have a harness socket, but it's in a package. So let's pretend that my harness socket is right here, and I'm going to, no, that's too high. So I'm going to give carry, colors, and what I'm going to do is lift, grab the socket with my left, and then reach up. We'll pretend that this is the lower finial here, or the lower ferrule on the colors staff. So I reach for the lower ferrule, and then slide that into the socket, so that my left hand, my right hand are, they're communicating obviously via my brain, and I'm able to then line everything up really well. When you have both hands on the socket, then you either have to look down or you're going to fish forever for that socket. So should have had all of that taken care of in and then cut away. That would have been perfect. And you're not, and that's not a technique either. Going to present on the command of present isn't a technique, and it's a single count pop out, by the way. So California Bearer, it should have been present arms pop. or present colors here. Present colors. Pop it out, and you wait for the entire command. And so I want to get back to, and so it sounds like a Navy color guard behind you. Carry colors. That monotone. There's slight drop in. Whoever the team is, please contact me. I'll tell you or just go to my website. I've got how to call commands properly. That's not how to call commands properly. Actually, the commander here for the Air Force team here, the Air Force Junior ROTC team here, is calling commands properly. Nice inflection, great sound coming out, projection there, really doing well. All right, so I'm trying to get to watch the rifles here. Yeah, so a little bit of body movement to get the, I could see right rifle guard, you've got a little bit of body going in there to push the rifle off. And really what you need to do is pull that, here I'll stand up a little, or sit up a little taller here, pull that arm in so that you can see the rifle here, pull the arm, see how the rifle just comes right off. And I'm not pulling much, it's just a slight pull so that the rifle starts to pop, just rock forward there. And eventually you can get that to where you can control. You've got to have a good forearm, wrist, hand muscles all to coordinate that rifle going in.
Good morning, sir. Road High School, Air Force, ROTC, Unit Senior 2063, Logan Varsity Team is ready for inspection, sir.
Oh, so maybe you're at San Jacinto High School. What are you doing, Judge? Okay, so as you go to... Wow. What are you conducting, Judge? So should have been carry colors, pop. Okay, don't move on the preparatory command. So guards, I'm looking at your right elbows, or your left elbows. So when you're at present, carry colors. 1, 2, 3. Notice my elbow is behind the microphone. All right. So notice my elbow is not anywhere else except right here, right at my side. So the left elbow doesn't move really at all. So try to maintain that, and then kind of pulling the staff down is oh, I see, that's right. Yeah, I've been through that. That's right. I remember. It's been a few years. I judged in just outside San Diego. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll skip all the inspection part, but going to order so it's order colors. So out and then down. So you're not going to reach up with the left hand and then pull the staff down. You're going to push the staff down with the right. So you come out, you grab with the left, stabilize the staff, and then come down in a single kind of you're launching downward, but it's launching in a single movement downward. So it's out, down, and you can pause there if you want, because rifles are going to come out to the port position, raise that right hand, and then come down. So you can come out, pause, down, and have everybody bring their equipment down at the same time. No problem with that. And speaking of equipment, you all have the correct equipment. I know Air Force JROTC has some alterations to what's going on for uniforms and and the rest of that. Good, there we are. All right, so we'll leave this. I don't even want to know. Yeah, whatever. Very strange. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back here. All right, so with I know you were a little discombobulated there with the inspection going on, and I can't stand those kinds of inspections. Yelling and yelling and yelling. This is not indoctrination. This is not boot camp. This is not basic training. This is a competition. It's already stressful enough. And that's fine. We're not trying to take these cadets and mold them into airmen or soldiers or Marines or whoever. Stop it. Anyway, so you're discombobulated a little bit, so everybody goes to parade rest. Commander, so along with all the other commands that you give, you react to your own commands. So, you know, you're here at attention, carry colors. Everybody brings the staffs up, the rifles up, everybody goes to carry at the same time, everybody goes to parade rest at the same time. You react, the whole team acts as a team to your commands, and it's the same thing for coming to attention. You don't come to attention and then call the rest of the team. I know you always have to stay, the commander always has to be at attention to give commands. Well, that's when the commander is outside of the formation, not inside of the formation. So at the beginning of the Air Force sticky note, the Air Force pamphlet now, it has a statement that says when the commander is part of the formation, just like this, just like a flag detail, and it gives flag detail and parade staff. Why it doesn't go on to give color guard, I have no idea, but it's the same thing. The commander is part of the formation. The commander reacts to his or her own commands. That's what that's for. So don't, and this is for Air Force. The other services, unfortunately, they don't address this, and really they should. It should be the same for all the services, and the commander should react to all the commands. So here, look at the hands here. So we've got a nice U grip right there for right rifle guard, but left rifle guard, you're splitting, and it's either one or two fingers here that you've got the split, and the top. It looks like your top two fingers are kind of wrapped around the front. So really, you should have that the hand or the fingers angled. They're extended and joined, and at the side of the rifle, not at any point for the front.
Request permission to enter your drill bed now. Thank you, ma'am. Harry. Hard. Forward. Hard.
All right, so tempo's too slow to begin with. You're calling, you call commands at a pretty much anywhere from 100 to 120 beats per minute, or steps per minute, and that's the Air Force range. And I always suggest you shoot for 110. Carry colors, forward, hard, same tempo for all of these commands, and yet when you step off, you're going about 90, probably even 85. So that's not that's not proper technique. Oh, so that's what that picture is from. I see. So one of the photos that it was something around this time frame. So I see now. I see. Okay, so everybody, you're following Army techniques. You've got both guards at right shoulder. You have the relaxed elbow with the hand at the mouth on the staff. You should again should be marching at close interval, and everybody's left arm should be swinging.
Left wheel. March.
And then you pick up tempo to get into your left wheel. Great job at going into left wheel, but notice how, see, you've got your, and you can see my cursor. Okay, so you've got 3 team members. I wonder why you're not dressing to your left. I bet. Yeah, that's quite possible. So you're not dressing to the left, you're moving to the right, you're moving away from the left guard when you should be really dressing to the left, and then marching at close interval. You'd have everybody would have a gap, but that's the whole purpose there. Left wheel march, that you take a right step, that first left after, then you immediately snap your dress to the left, and you move in 8 counts so that the guard is the forward march is given on the left. Then you take an extra right step and then step off. And then step right into it. And you didn't necessarily do that. Although that was an excellent rotation though, creeping forward just a little bit. So let's look at that again. Instant replay. Yeah, you've got the 8 counts going for the wheel movement, and that's great. Now you should also have the staffs angled slightly forward as well. So Army and Air Force and now Space Force do that. They'll angle the staffs forward just a bit. Now slightly, what is slightly? Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever you want to do, as long as both the staff angles are matching to the right, the American flag then comes out just a bit. Oh, that's how you did it. Okay, so it's eyes right. Everybody snaps their head to the right. Flag comes out at that time. Oh, and so when I was given the critique in the still images, then I thought it was possible. It looked like California Bear's arm wasn't fully extended, or at least not yet anyway. So I was kind of hesitant on that, but I gave that critique anyway. So never ever go to present arms, guards, when you're marching in formation. Never ever. So that was a so I suggest getting a metronome. On my phone I've got loud metronome, and it's nice and loud when it's hooked up to a Bluetooth speaker, but you can use just the phone itself, stick it in your back pocket, set the metronome to a 4/4 tempo, no accents, and then turn it up all the way, and then 110 beats per minute. Stick it in your back pocket and just let it play, and march and practice to that all the time. And eventually it's going to be a big paradigm shift for you, actually marching faster and going through all these techniques a little faster. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but the more you practice with a metronome, the better off you're going to be. Trust me on that. It's really going to be a big change for the positive for you both, or for you all, really. I was looking at both the flags, so you can see that there's big differences there in their carry technique. So again, both flags need to be carried slightly forward, and slightly is totally up to you. But so the marching the loss of technique there, the loss of timing, the loss of focus was very apparent. About wheel? Gotta listen. Oh, colors reversed. That's not even close to colors reverse. That's actually a left about. I know actually an about wheel is to the right, but that yeah, that's, if you got any points at all, well, judges don't know what they're doing anyway, but interesting. Oh, and there's the stands for when you post the colors. Oh, so you post, okay. So this is interesting then. All right. Yeah, okay. Didn't do this when I was in at the, what was it, Golden Bear. So ready cut is not a command that Air Force teams use, and neither is that. That's so. See, you really need to be at close interval to avoid all of this. In using ceremonial technique, we just say split it while we're marking time, and then there's all kinds of techniques. There's tons that color guards don't know, tons of information that they don't know, and it's not necessarily reserved for the ceremonial world, but it seems like it is anyway. And so I'll just keep watching, see what you do. So you're going to post the colors, but you're posting them backwards, and so and I need to go off on a tangent here. I love that there's more reality presented in this competition with you posting the colors. I love that. I think that's fantastic, and we need to have this in more competitions all across the country, because so many color guards just have no clue when it comes to posting the colors. I really appreciate this very much. However, this all depends on, there's many factors that are, I don't know if they're taken into account. So if you're just told to post the colors in the stands and just take your steps forward, post, and then do your thing, okay, but then see, you need to know orientation, and technically you really should have presented to the audience, and the audience should be behind you in right now, and I'm pointing to my screen here, but so your backs should be to the audience, and you should have presented the colors to the audience. The judge should have stood here on this side instead of right in the middle of the stands. And then what you would have done is either use the Army technique of marching around in a U, and then posting the colors that way, so that the whole team then is right next to the stands, split obviously, American and lead guard up ahead, and California and trail guard slightly behind there, but then you post the colors. Or you can use the Air Force technique of leaving the guards where they are. You turn around in place with a TL step, and then go off, post. But the American flag really needs to be on the viewer's left here, and so there's, I very much appreciate what's going on, that the competition includes this. I really do. I think it's just so yeah. And see the foot stomp, absolutely not. And then you're dressing your flags opposite of each other. They both need to be dressed so that the top of the flag is off to the right. See, California is being dressed backwards here, and you're using the ceremonial techniques here, kind of with the flag pop. So and it was way too many flag pops, and it was just a massive amount there, and really big movement as well. It's all supposed to be very, very subdued. Color bearers, whether they are holding their flags or not, the entire color guard, never execute about face to the rear or anything that, or even step backwards like that to fall out, really. So from the halt, left wheel march. That's not a command. From the halt is not part of any command ever. So it's just left wheel march. So left guard. Your arm swing is from the center of your thigh forward and nothing backwards. Great command voice, Commander. You're really doing a great job. It's just that the application of some of your commands are on the wrong foot, or technically the wrong command. You're adding too much. So in the still images, I was talking about marching with suspended arm swing. And suspended arm swing means that when ceremonial teams march shoulder to shoulder, they can't swing their arms, obviously, and we hold with one arm up, and then the holding the staff, and then the left is down by the side unless there's wind, etc. It gets a little involved there, but so marching with suspended arm swing, this is the perfect opportunity here. Means that the free arm, or arms in this case, hang straight down, no matter where the leg is. See how all of your left legs are forward, and both color bearers have, well, actually, yeah, both of you have. Well, California has both of her hands forward like that. And I'm not exactly sure why, but they both arms need to be hanging down at the side so that they don't you don't follow the seam of the trouser leg as it moves back and forward, nothing like that. But then again, that's not necessarily applicable here. You really should be swinging your arms because you're supposed to be marching at close interval. And see how there's only one member of your team swinging their arms, or swinging their arm. So I can understand what's going on here. It's just not working. So California Bearer, are you saluting? Are you rendering a hand salute? Yes, you are. Okay. Even though there's nothing in your hands, you don't salute. The guards salute only. And see, this is just such an odd situation. Nobody would ever do this in the real world. It would just be at a competition. But you don't render a hand salute. You're in formation, and yeah, it's just so. It's a junior ROTC twisted world of reality. So, and another reason why you need to be at close interval. You don't have room to salute. You don't have room to manipulate your equipment. Some very strange stuff going on. And not just with this team or this competition. It's just in general. Why diamond them again? What are you doing? So you holy cow, I gotta stop doing that. The the constant going back. Oh, and an about face too. So, and you're gonna do another one. Yeah, California looking down a bit to get that, and you're not cutting away at the same time. So if this is the sequence that you're supposed to follow, it needs to be rewritten. It absolutely 100% needs to be rewritten. So proper protocol and proper techniques can be used. Yeah, not a colors reverse.
Forward, march. Right wheel, march.
So interestingly, the Marine Corps, I can't stand the Marine Corps, Navy, and Coast Guard's half step being a toe strike. It just doesn't look good at all to me for a formation. But when it comes to color guard, it works perfectly because the wheel movements are a pseudo half step, and so everybody's toe striking, marking time, toe strike, toe strike, toe strike, and it works really well for the Army, the Air Force, and then judges come over and talk. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, so for the Army, Air Force, and Space Force, you're supposed to heel strike through half step, and which leaves the guard who's the pivot to toe strike, and then everybody else heel strikes as they move forward. And it just looks strange to have opposite techniques there. But anyway, maybe I can rewrite that one day. All right, so besides that, if you're following the techniques that are required for the colors posting and all that, then you just have to do what's given to you, honestly. But whoever wrote the list of commands and the procedures for that, please contact me. I know it's been a half hour that I've spent on probably 8 minutes worth of video here, but a lot to go through. Please send me the information, and I can rewrite it for you. And I don't because it really needs to be rewritten. Context really needs to be involved in that colors posting. So I'm going to let's see. I'll make myself a note here. I'll make myself a note about the colors reverse, and I'll show you what a colors reverse is. I'll leave the link down below so you can see it. It's yeah, totally different from what you're performing there. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for sending in the link and requesting the critique. Now I've got to go outside and do a lot of work. Thanks very much.